I ended up falling down and hitting my head. I passed out for a minute and I finally woke up. And then at that point, I was like, all right, Abigail, you need to be real with yourself. You're going through a depression right now.
You stay on my mind.
I built a $2 million a year brand that almost broke me. Now I'm freeing myself. Let's get into it. So let's start off at the beginning. Y'all, I am a creative at heart. I've started so many businesses that I eventually quit because it wasn't making money, but I never minded like starting businesses random. Eventually I made my brand Her Juice Bar, and that is the one that popped. We started Her Juice Bar in 2019. It was just me at first. Then I asked my sister, can she help? My sister joined along, and now my entire family works for me. My brothers, my two brothers, my sister, and my mom, we all work together. I love them dearly. I'll probably go into the backstory current business later, but that's not going to be the topic of this video. It's actually going to be how that business burnt me out, and I was out of it for 2 years. I'm saying, like, literally I wasn't getting anything done. I was always worrying. It was different problems popping up. I lost my passion in my business, and I was doing the bare minimum to get things done for the past 2 years. It affected me wanting to be seen on camera. I used to not care about getting on camera. Now I'm like, this took time. I'm not gonna lie, years. It took time to be able to get on camera and just express myself wholly and accept my life and stop taking shit so damn serious. So we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna break it down for you all, and if you can relate where you feel burnout or you don't feel the passion, the career that you accomplish, you are not alone, and this video was made for you. And y'all got ADHD, so I have to look at the notes or I will fall off track. So I would say about 2 years ago, I hit the wall. I had severe depression. I was not getting out of bed. I did not want to work. I was not getting on camera. I wasn't showing up for the business. So like I said, I was doing the bare minimum just to get by. I was just hiring creators, and I had a lot of people that I had delegated tasks to anyways. So I wasn't really concerned too much. I was just in my phone. But then, you know, the more the months pass and then years pass, you no longer feel happy, passionate. The life has gone out of you. Like, I felt like I was having an outer body experience, because who is this person? Who is this person? So much so that I decided to go actually talk to a psychiatrist, because I knew my ADHD was affecting me. I had all the prerequisites for ADHD, but I just never got a diagnosis, and I didn't grow up in a family where they took us to things like that to get diagnosis. So I finally went in, and I broke down during that appointment. Now, I do remember during that appointment, I was on my cycle, but he was like, I want to see, I want to put you on this medicine. Let's see if it's depression. Let's see if this works. And I'm gonna be honest, it did work for a while. Just put me on Wellbutrin in the beginning to see if that alleviated some of my issues, and it did. I wasn't as depressed anymore, but I still was in this limbo of, I don't feel passionate about this anymore. I kind of don't want to do this anymore. I wish I could sell my business, but now I'm in this whole situation that I have my family working for me, then they'll be out of jobs, and, you know, just worrying about carrying the world. I had so many responsibilities. I still have those responsibilities now, but I'm trying to get a full circle to get you all to understand that if you find yourself in a situation where you feel overwhelmed, you have so much responsibility to the point where you lost your light, you lost your creativity, your productivity, you don't want to do anything, you're bed rotting, doom scrolling, you name it, I was doing it. Junk food, alcohol, drugs, marijuana. There's just some little tree. I don't really do too much. I ain't got nothing against the tree. It was making it worse. It was making it so worse. And I remember the day that actually made me call a psychiatrist, I ended up getting a cease and desist from a company. I probably spent over $100,000 on my rebrand, and I think that website and logo alone was $30K. Years, I think I did that rebrand in 2023. It's 2026 now, and I got that message from them the top of last year. I was outside listening to an audiobook, smoking a little za, and that email came through. I got up out my seat First of all, my heart dropped. I wanted to cry because I'm like, I already have so much on my plate. I just wanted to relax today. I just wanted to listen to an audiobook and have a slow life today. And I couldn't. Y'all, I guess I got up too fast. I ended up falling down and hitting my head. I passed out for a minute and I finally woke up. And then at that point, I was like, all right, Abigail, it's time you need to be real with yourself. You're going through a depression right now. You need to talk to somebody and see if someone can help you. And I never, if you grow up in black families, we really don't believe in medicine. But at that point, I was at my wit's end. Like, I didn't really want to be around too much anymore. So I knew I needed to talk to somebody. So I talked to them. I got medicated, whatever. Got on the medicine. And like I said, it did work, but it's not something I wanted to use long term. Now, I would definitely say to your doctor, if you are on medicine, do not just stop your medicine. You need to talk to your doctor. But in my situation, I just felt like, okay, it fixed my emotions, but I was like, okay, now I don't care about much. I wasn't crying. I didn't have much emotions towards a lot of things, and I didn't like that either, because I'm like, I need my emotions to fulfill have that passion and creativity come back. So I discussed it with my doctor to get off of the antidepressants. Oh, I didn't even tell y'all, I did get diagnosed with ADHD. I took that test. I'm gonna put my scores up here, y'all. It was terrible. You have to stop looking outside of self to fix you, and let's get down to the root cause of why you're feeling this way and how we can fix it. And not even fix it, how can we make you happy again? How can we bring the light back into your life where you feel fulfilled, or you're working on a passion and working towards, the things that you actually want to do? Because I'll be honest, back then, that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted a very successful business. I wanted a warehouse. I wanted the luxury cars. I wanted to live in a nice house. I wanted all that. But the older I got, stuff changed. Sometimes you have to pivot. So I had to be real with myself, like, girl, you don't really enjoy this anymore. So what you gonna do about it? So I'm gonna tell y'all how I finally got to freeing myself, stop loathing in this self-pity I was in and this burnout cycle. Because I know I'm speaking to someone that their story is similar, or you're going through it right now, or you've been through it, or you feel like you may be on the fence with, like, dang, I don't like this career choice I chose anymore, but I'm stuck. No, you're not. That's what we're going to get in phase 2 of this video, which is just like, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. We just got to pull it back out of you, okay? And that starts with eliminating your stressors. First thing I need you to do is just to get very honest with yourself. Be very real with yourself. What is draining you? What is something that you dread? Something that stresses you out, pisses you off, make you angry? What are those stressors in your life, or things that you're like, I don't want to do this no more? So I have a few questions that I want you to answer, and I had to write these down because I wasn't going to remember on the top of my head. So the first question, what is worrying me? What has been making me cry? What do I dread doing? Do I need to change my career? Do I need to change my environment? Do I need to leave or reevaluate some of the relationships in my life? And then a few more bonus questions for people. What am I pretending is fine when it really isn't? Don't lie to yourself. Nobody else is seeing this. It's just you. So don't lie to yourself. Be very honest. Where am I saying yes when I actually mean no? What am I tolerating that I've stopped even noticing? Who or what am I resentful toward, and why? When was the last time I felt like myself, and what was different then? If nothing changed for the next 5 years, what would scare me the most? I want you to actually sit in those questions. You don't have to write it down. I would prefer writing it down, or you could type it down, or you could do a voice to note. My main takeaway with this is be authentically honest with yourself. Don't hold back with your answers. Be honest with yourself, because that is a part of your breakthrough to coming back to self and finding your light again. Okay, and then the next thing I want you to do, because I think we don't give ourselves grace enough, write down everything that you have accomplished. Everything. It doesn't matter how minuscule or how small you think it is. Did you get that job? Did you get your dream career? Did you start that business? Did you start that channel? Did you become an influencer? Or say it was moments where you felt like in your life, damn, I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this situation, but you overcame it. Think of those type of situations that you overcame and really Jot it down. I need you to write down everything that you accomplished that you were proud of at one point in your life. Because a lot of the times we sit and we beat ourselves up because of our current circumstances, and we're like, oh, we feel like failures, or we feel like we're lazy, or we're not doing enough. And I think we have to be very gentle with ourselves, because yes, you did accomplish a lot. Yes, you did overcome that obstacle. Yes, you did escape that relationship. Yes, you did do those things. Let's not negate everything you've done in your past just because you're going through something right now. So the step 2 is just writing down everything you've overcome. Now, this next step is very important. I want you to put it where you will see it every day. So that could be your lock screen on your laptop, your fridge. You open your fridge all the time, your bedroom door, your dresser, your wallet, or I would say your mirror in the bathroom. Anywhere where you can see it and actually sit in that moment. Write down what you envision for yourself. What would be your dream life right now? Because like I said, we do grow out of what we wanted before. So what do you want right now? For example, for me, I like the slow life. I love nature. I love taking walks, working out. I love plants. I plant a lot. I love sitting on my balcony and just working on my computer and making designs on Canva, or working with AI to make designs, or designing emails. So I find passion in creation and being in nature, being in the moment. That's what I find passion in. And then also hanging around my family and friends. I love my family and friends to death. Don't get me wrong, even though I'm like, it's a lot of responsibility, I love my family so freaking much. They're so supportive. But actually write down, what do you envision for yourself? Like, eventually, I don't want to be living in the States anymore. I would like to move out the country. What does that look like for you? Do you see yourself being in a different state? Animal, do you want to go back to school? Change of career, a pivot, a full 180 pivot. Write it down. Write down what lights your brain up. What is something, like if a person asks you a question about a certain topic, you can go all day on a rant talking about it. I want you to write it down, because that's going to be a very important key to getting back that light that you lost. So you need to have your list, everything you accomplish in your life to the left, and to the right, I want you to write down everything that you envision for yourself. Like, what brings you joy, what brings you peace, what brings you laughter, light, what makes you happy. I want you to write that to the right, and be honest about that too. I don't care how big that dream is, you better write it down, please, because anything is possible in this life. I do believe we were put on here to create whatever the hell we want. So you write what you want to create for yourself, and that's your dream life. Write every single detail down, and I want you to paste them side by side with each other in a place that you can view. Here's why the accomplishment list matters. It proves to you everything that you have already done. It's proof that you are capable of creating the life of your dream. We just have to get you out of that burnout so that you can realize how capable you are again. So getting out of burnout, I'm gonna be very honest, it's gonna be a journey, but you cannot get out of burnout doing the exact same things you've already been doing. You can go take a 3-month hiatus and come back to the same situation that burnt you out in the first place, and you're going to feel that burnout again. I need you to get very intentional about the changes, your next steps, and the changes you're going to make in your life, so that you can finally get out of that rut and get your life back. I'll say this, I'm not asking you to take a big jump, because we're not trying to add stress on top of stress. I'm not asking you to take a big jump. We are making simple changes, very minuscule changes in the beginning. We're taking it one step at a time so that we can have that full circle moment of like, aha, I found it. This is what I need to be doing. This is what makes me happy. This is what gets me up out of bed every morning. So if it's a career change, I want you to start brainstorming, what type of career do you see yourself in? What have you been wanting to do? And don't let anyone tell you you can't make money from what you like to do. I can give you an example. I just saw this young lady, she does art, and she turns her arts into puzzles. She sells out. Never would have thought of that idea at all. Or people that are excited about an influencer. You can make a lot of money being an influencer. But I guarantee you, any idea that you have, there is a way to make money. Anything that you're really good at, like, you don't have to think about it. And you actually find joy from doing it, you can absolutely make money from it, and do not let anyone tell you otherwise. I'm gonna need you to sit down and do some research. I'm telling you, it's a lot of ways to make money out here, and a lot of people stop at 9 to 5. I have nothing against a 9 to 5. And then I think a lot of people can find fulfillment in their 9 to 5 if you find the right environment and workspace and the people that are around you. Because I've worked at 9 to 5s that I actually love. Okay, so if you are still at your current job, while you're still at your job, you can still brainstorm some new things that you want to do. If you're an entrepreneur, see if you can delegate some of those tasks that are stressing you out and burning you out, and start to focus on something that you've been passionate about, something that is easy. It takes the load off. It actually feels calm. Say is actively start looking for other jobs while you're working that one. Actively. Apply wherever it seems interesting. Do something out the norm. I remember I was working regular 9 to 5s and I was like, well, wouldn't it be fun to work for another entrepreneur in e-commerce? The best jobs I ever had was working it for e-commerce business owners. Like, very easy job, fun, and I learned so much that I was able to start my own business. So think about how you can change your career path to make it exciting for you, more fun and not stressful, not an extra burnout. I'm not trying to burn you out more. Like I said, small changes. And I'm telling you, a vacation, a week off, none of that is gonna fix it, because you're gonna come back off that vacation like, damn, I wish I could stay there. Now I'm back in my own reality. But I'm telling you, you are the creator of your world. There's things outside of your control that you cannot control, but you can control the next step that you take. So your next step should not be, oh, let me doom scroll on TikTok all day. Or your next step shouldn't be, oh, I'm about to smoke weed 10 a.m. in the morning when I know I gotta get work done. Now, some people can get their work done doing that. I can't. My ad, I'm about to start scrolling. I'm about to find something funny to laugh at. Okay, let me stop. Okay, I'm getting off track. And I know I can help somebody else along the way. So this is why I'm making this video. This is why I'm putting myself out there, because I got to stop making excuses for myself. And we could do it together. I want you to understand that you are that bitch, that girl, that woman, whatever you want to call yourself. You are capable. You are 100% capable of getting yourself out of this rut and this depression. But if you're still feeling like you're in a limbo and you're feeling burnt out, I want you to take the challenge I gave you very, very serious, because you are fully capable of creating the life of your dreams. You just have to get out of your own way and get out of your head. Just start. So this video, I'm not gonna lie, it took me years to make a YouTube video. It should not have taken that long. It shouldn't have. Because all I had to do was just hit record. You have to get out of your own way. You have to stop listening to in your head telling you that you cannot do it. Or I feel like a fraud, or who am I to talk about this? You are everything you think you are. So you need to know that you are that bitch. Also, look back at your proof. That is proof that you are capable. We have to stop being bullies to ourselves, because it really starts with us. And then the outside factors make it worse. So if we're not being gentle with ourselves and loving on ourselves, how can we go out into the world and demand that people love and respect us? So make logical steps. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're in a financial bind, but make logical steps of getting yourself out of those traumatic situations, because it's nothing but trauma that's coming into your life. If you're crying going to work, I definitely need you to be applying today. Apply to a job. I used to cry going to one of my jobs. I quit that thing, no 2 weeks notice. I cannot do is be around people that do not respect my time, my intelligence, and my work ethic. Because I've always been the best worker in the room. So you gonna respect me. Just to bring it all the way back home, freeing myself didn't start with one dramatic move. I am still in the active process of freeing myself, but guess what? I took the first step. The first step was this video. This is me freeing myself from the decisions I am currently making in my life. Because I know I have a choice, and I know that I can pivot. I know that I can change certain things that I don't like anymore, and you can too. I just need you to believe that you can, and just make one step to doing that. So I know that I told you to do a whole bunch in this video, but I specifically created a 5-day challenge for you. It's completely free. A 5-day challenge that I actually want you to follow through on, and take a step back and really evaluate your life and see what's causing you to feel that way, because you cannot get out of that rut if you don't acknowledge that and make those changes. And it's time to start making the changes today. So y'all click the link in my bio. It's a free challenge. I really, really, really want to create this community, because I do think a lot of us overachievers, women that put a lot of work in their career, their family, and we kind of put our own desires on the back burner. We have to stop doing that. You are important. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to do something that you are about, and you deserve to make money from your passions without feeling the overwhelm and worry or stressors that something that you once loved is causing you now. Because what is life if you're not living it in the way that you want to? Y'all subscribe to my channel. I am going to give more advice and have more challenges for you all, what you're passionate about, because I'm actively doing it right now. I'm a living proof of trying to do that right now, and I feel really good about it. And I'm glad I finally made this video. It took me years to get here. Don't let that be you. You have a choice. You can do it now. Ask yourself those questions. I wish I would have sat down and actually been real with myself. But you know, sometimes you have to go through the journey, and there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you finally pull yourself out of it, I don't care how long it takes, just take the first step. Join the challenge below, ladies. Bye.